everybody! Today I am going to be doing a review on Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. But first, let me introduce you to my cat. That is Munchie, and she is being really annoying currently. Munchie, what are you doing? Anyways, back to the review. I buddy read this. Actually, I want to stick this right here. Oh, that works perfectly. I buddy read this book with Hannah from Hannah Love Book. We read it for the book buddy-a-thon, but we were actually planning on just buddy reading it before we decided to do the buddy-a-thon. So I'm sure a lot of you know what this book is about, but in case you don't, I will give you a brief summary, even though I'm terrible at doing that. So basically, this guy finds dinosaur DNA and decides to clone dinosaurs, and he makes this like amusement park or zoo with a bunch of different dinosaurs on it, and he invites these paleontologists and a mathematician and a lawyer, I think the other guy is, to take a tour of the zoo and all the dinosaurs, and things go terribly wrong. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. I mean, I'm sure there were things that could have been better, but I honestly just really enjoyed this book. The way that this book opens up just like sucks you in immediately. In like the first page, you're already just want to keep reading and reading and reading. Another thing I loved about it was the writing style. There's just something about his writing style that I really liked. Another thing I really appreciated about the writing style was that anytime there was like there were like graphs, and there were these like almost you could almost see like the computer screen, like what they were seeing. Every once in a while they would do this thing where they would count the dinosaurs, and you would see all the like names of the dinosaurs, how many there should be and how many there are, and I just really appreciated that. Now that's pretty much all I have to say for this part of the video. So now I'm going to move on to the more spoilery section. So if you haven't read the book, and I would say even if you've watched the movie, because the book is pretty different from the movie. I mean, there's not a big plot point, like the plot is the same, but there's some like deaths and stuff that are different in the book than there are in the movie. So if you haven't read the book, then click out now, but I would highly recommend that you read this book. Okay, so now for the more discussion, book talk about this book. One of the things that bugged me so much through this book were the 2 grandchildren, specifically Alexis or Lex or whatever her name was. If I was in the situation with that girl, I would have been so angry because she, like the T-Rex is asleep and you have to start coughing. Are you kidding me? Another thing is like certain parts, the kids would either act like dumber than they should be or smarter than they should be at that age. Now, my favorite character in the movies and in the books has always been Ian Malcolm. I just think he's hilarious and I love his character. So when he died in this book, oh my gosh, that I was like, no, that can't happen. He's my favorite character. And another thing I realized was that the second book, The Lost World, is more of, I guess it's more of a sequel to the first movie rather than the first book, because Ian Malcolm is like the main character in the second book and movie. So when he died in this book, I was like, hang on a second, what is the second book going to be about then? But apparently it's like based off of the first movie rather than the first book, which doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Hammond also died, which I was kind of happy about, like he got what was coming to him. Munchie, would you get down? Get off the window. I feel like this part of the video is kind of all over the place, but I forgot to mention, like some of the book kind of went over my head, like any of the scientific terms or the mathematic terms or that stuff just way over my head. I have no idea what they were talking about when they were talking about the DNA and all that stuff. The only way I understand it is like through that cartoon that they show them in the movie. So yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. If you haven't read this book before and you did decide to stick through all that, and I may have just spoiled you for some stuff, I still think you should really pick this up. I am a huge fan of dinosaurs. I really appreciated this book. And I will be reading the second one. I was talking to Hannah and we were talking about maybe buddy reading it next month. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the second one. I just love Michael Crichton's writing. I'm just going to say it again. This is the only book of his that I've ever read, but I've just fallen in love with his writing. And I really want to read more of his books than just the Jurassic Park ones. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of my videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!